to achieve endless creativity is to take two areas of inspiration and fuse them together. It's like taking two colors of paint and blending them together to create one new color. That being said, we're blending today. I'm going to show you how to make a minimal house track, kind of in the realm of Chris Dussy and Coulter, but also paying homage to early 2000s minimal house and rave sounds. I used a couple different Chris Dussy reference tracks. It was no song in particular, but I just used the tracks to help me balance out the instruments to each other. Let's get into the breakdown, shall we? Hey, it's Ant. Welcome to the Ableton project session for the track that you heard in the intro. I'm about to do my best and break down layer by layer how I made this. First off, I'll get out of the way that I constructed it in this view here. It allows me to visualize the different looping sections of my instruments, but for this video's sake, I'll break it down in this arrangement view. My thought process entering making this track was to make sort of like a Chris Dussy kind of minimal house vibe, but it ended up taking on elements of hard house and trance. To get things going, we start off with an organ bass, which is one of my favorite sounds in electronic music. This one is a massive preset, which is a VST through Native Instruments. I had a little more freedom of groove by starting with the bass here instead of being locked in with the kick drum, but once I had this laid down, I added the kick drum. The kick drum was a stock Ableton kick. I was able to enhance it with the drum bus effect as well, and have a safety limiter at the end. There's a kick drum roll every 2 bars, so to speak, to keep the idea bouncy and groovy. The rest of the percussion are one-shot sounds that I put into instrument rack and triggered from my keyboard. This open hi-hat sound is 3 different one-shots layered in one instrument rack. Same with this clap, and I just EQ'd it up to fit in the mix. For the sake of this video, I turned up the volume on this, but it's so tucked in the mix it wouldn't even matter if I turned it off probably, but I kept it in because it just adds to the overall feel. It's one of those kind of rhythm layers. I played these by loading the bongo one-shots into a drum rack and playing the keyboard like it was a set of bongos. I know I said I only used one-shots for the percussion, but I also dragged in finally at the end a percussion loop. I made the transient of the audio a little tighter and I pitched it up as well, and it filled in some of the pockets that were missing. Since the bass was already melodic, I decided to add a counter melody, so to speak, and this is where it starts to get ravey and trance-like. I took the one idea that I'd played on one instrument and duplicated it into a second instrument. The next layer I wanted to use is just a drone note, something that wouldn't change chords, it was just sustained. This is actually a stock Ableton sound that I decided to doctor up with the chorus effect and a phaser effect, and also auto pan to make it dance around the ears a little bit. This layer, while isolated, sounds pretty scary, honestly, but I added it in with the track playing, and it just filled in some of the rhythm pockets that were missing, kind of popping in through the mix at different times. is a stock Ableton sound that I use to introduce a new sound to the listener halfway through the track. It's also a perfect glue for the strings that I add here. These strings are directly inspired by disco music and 70s music in general, when they were still using a lot of orchestral sounds, you know? Spitfire Audio's free BBC Symphony Orchestra plugin is a great way to get real sounding strings. As you just heard, that's a little demonstration of the vocals that I chopped up for Monica's song Like This and Like That, which I was fortunate enough to find an acapella for. That acapella was perfect for chopping up an instrument rack and adding some effects on top of, including this demo plugin that my friend Matt made. That creates the echo that you hear. I looped this main section out for most of the track, but there's also some variations that create dissonant moments as well when the section of the track changes. I didn't do any major automation, but the main stuff I did was just creating transition moments, including using this UAD Galaxy Tape Echo effect to make a feedbacky moment. The other transitional automation thing that I did was make this snare drum roll into almost like a white noise riser of sorts. I had the reverb automated to go away towards the end, though, to reveal that it is a snare roll. Essentially, all the automations were echo or reverb automations. And then there were a couple volume automations too, just to introduce instruments in and out of the track. If I missed going over something in this and you wanted to see it, let me know. Also, let me know what you want to see me make next. I hope you learned a thing or two by watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.